Welcome supporters of Indigenous Media Network and friends of Indigenous peoples around the world. This fundraising appeal is aimed at supporting Indigenous peoples to tell their own stories, which we believe you can make a difference by contributing to this important initiative. To begin with, Indigenous Media Network has been providing unbiased, independent, and credible news and interactive live events to wider audiences on social media. Thanks to social media and other platforms that enabled Indigenous Media Network to stream live, Indigenous peoples in the Eastern Africa have begun to tell their stories to limited audiences on social media. But the majority of Indigenous peoples around the world are in remote rural areas without reliable internet access. We believe that the majority Indigenous peoples in remote areas deserve to tell their own stories and contribute to the debate on issues that affect them. These include unbiased news sensitive to their culture and identities in meaningful ways. This is often not the case, as there is little space and time in the mainstream media that focus on certain geographical locations or regions and culture, ignoring their important contribution in shaping the debate around the world. And if opportunities arise, information comes in too late, leaving their stories untold or suffering from biased reporting and inaccuracies. In most cases, their stories presented or reported from mainstream's media perspectives. These approaches leave those interested in Indigenous peoples' issues with insignificant sources of information and knowledge about their stories. What is worse, Indigenous peoples are left to doubt about their stories and believe about stories told from mainstream media perspectives. Indigenous peoples and experts on Indigenous peoples' issues are left with little opportunities to contribute in meaningful ways to information dissemination, commentary, and analysis. Indigenous Media Network has been able to come in to present Indigenous peoples' stories in a manner that is sensitive to their culture and identifies. We believe the only way to address the gap of credible news and informative debate sensitive to their culture and identities is to involve them in the telling of their own stories. Thus, we are making this appeal to build a media broadcast network owned by Indigenous people, supported by experts on Indigenous peoples. Like traditional news stations, it will have variety of channels and programs on Indigenous societies across the globe. If you believe that Indigenous peoples deserve to tell their stories and contribute in shaping the world around us, then please support this funding appeal. The Indigenous Media Network will bring to you independent, credible and unbiased news and programs 24/7. Details. This appeal is split into Phase 1. £75,000, securing location, electrical retrofitting. 2. £500,000, purchasing, installation of equipment, hardware, software. 3. £425,000, finishing touches and hiring key personnel. Thank you for your support to make this dream a reality.